Welcome back. It's your man LP from LPs and Books. And now we chop it up about Common and the phenomenal book that he dropped called And Then We Rise. And it's a guide to taking care of self. So, man, I tell you, this book couldn't have come at a better time for me. Even though it dropped earlier this year, again, when I was thinking of which direction I was going for this episode, I remembered, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? I remember the first book, which I haven't tapped into yet, which is called Let Love Have the Last Word. If I'm not mistaken, we'll get into that sometime later. You feel me? But so when I bought the two of the books, I seen that Let Love was older and it had a whole lot of reviews and stuff, and it was great reviews, and it even has made him a best selling author. But I was like, you know what? Let me tap into the new one that he dropped because I just think that that makes for more of an interesting conversation, considering the fact that again he's on part of two phenomenal projects right now. So that gives him three major pieces of art that has dropped this year. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that TV show Silo was this year, but it was a sci-fi, and I'm not really into sci-fi, which is the only reason I didn't tap into that one on Apple TV. So if that's uh, included in 2024, then it's out of there for me. It's a no brainer. He's the having the best year in hip hop. But let's tap in though. So with this, I want to with me doing these books, I just want to walk that fine line of not giving away too much, but giving you enough to make you wanna. If you don't listen to books, because this is the thing we do. I listen to books, right? I listen to books. I listen to music. I love to listen, learn, and share. Right? Those are the things that I love, which is the reason that I pioneered this show called LPs and Books, where we can have that marriage of talking about music and books, because a lot of the books that I love are bios and memoirs, right? So this one is dope because what happens with this one is that it's a self-help book rolled into it. So which is another genre of books that we'll do explore on this show as well. So on this show, it ain't no telling what we're going to do. We can explore everything up and down the nonfiction section of books. And but again, I love bios and memoirs, and for us to get it popping, get it shaking, get the attention, and try to get motion. What I want to do is try to connect with people who look like you and I with the books that we put forth, because we might be able to digest that food easily and quickly. You know what I'm saying? So let's tap into this one. So he starts off explaining how he has a feeling of flying high, you know what I'm saying, and in recent times, and he would often wonder when uh he's going to come down. But due to the self-awareness and self-care that he's given himself through the years and built up, he realized that there won't be a come down. There's no coming down from it. You know what I'm saying? This is just who he is, and he has made different changes within his life to where he can stay high and continue to soar. And I felt him on that because what he does with this is he breaks down the book in four parts. He breaks it down from food to the body, the mind, and the soul. Right. So early on in the book, he's breaking down food. Right. And he'll take it back to some of the first songs in hip hop that he heard. You know what I'm saying? That would describe food and eating better. You know what I'm saying? Like Rakim with a big fat plate of fish, which is my favorite dish. And one way that relates for me, I recall a song by KRS-One called Beef. If you never heard that song on the Boogie Down Productions album called Beef, where he just make you hardly ever want to eat beef again, even though I still do. I gotta do better. You feel me? But again, so he breaks down to begin with, he breaks down food, and then he gets into exercising. And then from there, you know what I'm saying, our relationship with going to the doctor and getting ourselves checked out, and not just stopping there, but having questions and having our own conversation with our physicians about our bodies, because they don't know everything you want to talk about. So if we want to talk about something, we should either like write a list and bring that in, as well as we learn more about our checkups and things of that nature. But in terms of the food, I like how he breaks it down, because what happens is this. I remember, again, through hip hop, I stopped eating pork back in like '93. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't Muslim yet or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was just what happened is this. It's funny because it has a Chicago correlation with me as well. So around the time I was first got out of high school, um, me and one of my cousins, one of my high school partners, man, shouts out to Fletch, shouts out to cousin Nick. Um, we was linking up with some Chicago cats that was a little older than us, and they was 5%ers. So here's the thing: I could have been doing anything in the world, but what we were doing, we come together, man, and we all was reading books, we baking fish and sweet potatoes, and you know what I'm saying, and healthy foods, healthy conversation, coming together. We got our notes, all different types of things like that. So we were building like that at 18, 19 years old. And the funny thing about that is that that impacted my life in a positive way, because look at where I'm doing today. I'm talking about books. Had it not been for that, you know what I'm saying? Uh, way back then this wouldn't be possible. So I just want to make that correlation with the food. You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of good ideas and just a lot of good. I'm into nutrition, but I've been bad. So again, this book, one thing about the book is a call to action. It's a beautiful call to action at its best, right? So he just explains different things on the choices that we make with how we are eating. You know what I'm saying? Like if you eat, this donut or what have you every morning, if you do that for 1 year, you do that for 10 years, how it's going to break down in the body. It's not good. You know what I'm saying? So make better choices. And the funny thing about that, he starts to speak on, in particular for people who drink. I don't drink, but he's like, if you're going to get drunk or whatever you're drinking, make sure the next day you drink you some dandelion root and some burdock root, which is crazy because I have that in my cabinet. You know what I'm saying? I'll be having these things around and not taking full advantage of it. So again, upon listening to the book, man, I made sure I went and got me a couple gallons of water, man, and got that tea boiling. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of good healthy things in that tea: the dandelion root, the burdock root, hibiscus. You know what I'm saying? Elderberries, moringa, green tea. Some good powerful herbs that'll give you some good natural energy, so that I don't have to make the decision and have a Celsius or a Monster or something, which is going to hurt us in the long run. It'll, again, using the train of thought that I just gave you, by having that donut every day for 10, 20 years is not going to be good for you. So we have to look at things like that with the choices that we make, and how he breaks things down. He just helps you to see them, and uh, gives you a chance to kind of like just make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? On a small scale, that'll help you in the long run. He talks about drinking this green juice. I have a red juice that I drink. You know what I'm saying? I have one that I have with beets and watermelon and dragon fruit, and it's a red drink. You know what I'm saying? I throw those three in the blender every time I get a watermelon, a nice seeded watermelon. We chop it up, throw it in freezer quart bags, throw it in the freezer, and just take them out, thaw them out. Same with the beets, are fully cooked. You know what I'm saying? And then we put them in the freezer, take those out, thaw them out, throw them in the blender, makes a nice drink. You know what I'm saying? Good healthy drink that's good for blood pressure, good for hydration, good for a lot. And oftentimes I don't do it, and all I got to do is reach in this darn freezer. So again, with this book being such a beautiful call to action, it just helped me to get the ball rolling there. Now I haven't started exercising, but we're gonna start that come Monday. You know what I'm saying? Just get the ball rolling on everything that's going to help, because what happens is it's all relatable. It's all related. You know what I'm saying? The mind, body, the soul. You know what I'm saying? All of these different things that he speaks on, it's all related. And I feel him on that because I've been there, to where you are exercising, you are eating right, you do have more energy, you feel like you are a better person when you connected spiritually as well. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't forget that. That should be first if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So that's another aspect. So I just think that the book does a great thing with that. You know what I'm saying? In terms of getting the ball rolling, because again, we may all. I know me personally. I have like a lot of good within me, but I felt like until I started this show, it just was all laying dormant. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wasting my time looking at IG and all these different things, just wasting my time. Whereas now I could take that time and put it into something creative and try to build something and create a lane to where I could again listen, learn, and share. You know what I'm saying? So I could put that time into something more creative, which is another thing that he breaks down in the book, creativity, and how that helps, how that's good for your health in general. You know what I'm saying? He gets pretty deep into these things and how the chemistry in the brain and those type of things. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to dwell on those first two. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much the mind and the body, and just really let you know that this is a phenomenal book, man, for anybody who's looking to just make some changes within themselves, man, and just start to really tap in and just be a better self. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's a phenomenal book for that. And again, I don't want to give everything away within it, but if you like common, if you like self help books, if you believe in trying to connect all aspects, and you believe that all of those aspects correlate with each other, and you know what I'm saying, you feel better, I have more energy to bring to my passion. You know what I'm saying? I have the energy, being in tune spiritually. When you're working out, different things come to mind. So, you get the mind working, and you're feeding your body right. You know what I'm saying? So you got good energy to present to the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a beautiful thing. And I really love the messages that he portrayed in the book. You know what I'm saying? And again, he breaks down that self, if you want to be an activist, you have to be a self activist first. That's the main crux of the book. You know what I'm saying? Before we can be good to the world, we have to be good to ourselves. And with the book, man, he just breaks down every different way you can be good to yourself. So within that, he breaks he's, you'll hear from like his physician, his chef, his therapist, and like his pastor. You know what I'm saying? As well as his exercise trainer. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Again, when if you are interested in the book, you know what I'm saying, it's going to break things down from those four levels. You know what I'm saying? And if you, especially if you share the same insight as he does on the spiritual tip, then you're going to enjoy this book more than you ever imagined. It was a pleasant surprise for me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to think with it, but the few comments that were out there had heavy high praises on it, and I have to be one to give it the same. So again, man, it's a like a call to action for self activism, self care, self love, so that you could present your best self to whatever it is you're trying to do, as well as to the world. And you see the type of guy that's meant. The brother looked like he in his 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing this dude, man, on these podcasts. I'm like, the man looks phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? No freaky. You know what I'm saying? But the man looks good. You know what I'm saying? And getting to know this book, and he's a vegan, he's a vegetarian as well, so he breaks a lot of that down as well. Just a whole bunch of good knowledge, man. It's just a really really good feel good book, narrated by him. So man, if you like common, and if you're into like self-help books, man, I truly suggest And Then We Rise by your man Common. This is your man LP. Over and out, man. LPs and Books, episode 3. Please hit the follow button, man. Hit the share, you know what I'm saying? If you know Common fan, share this with the people, man. But please, man, hit that subscribe button. And again, in the links, I'll drop this beautiful mix, man, that I made right here on these ones and twos with Common, Bilal, Erica Badu, The Roots, you know what I'm saying? D'Angelo, the Soul Quarians, man. LP the Selector, over and out. LPs and Books.